Hi everyone, this is the Retekess V-115 AM/FM shortwave radio, MP3 player, and recorder. I bought this radio back on Thanksgiving Day for $17.99 plus tax using an $8 coupon. And the price on these fluctuates at times, so you can get a lightning deal between $14 and $15, and it's currently selling as of the time of this recording $19.99 off Amazon. And it has a lot of great features here, including line-in recording, radio recording, and mic recording. So you can record it from 3 different sources. Plus you can put MP3 songs on an SD card. So it plays your MP3s as well. Here are some of the dimensions on this radio. 4 3/4 inches length, about 3 1/8 inch in height, and about 7/8 of an inch diameter. It has 15-inch antenna, and a speaker size of about 1 to 1.5 inches, depending on where you measure it. Right here. So what I'm going to do is show you briefly the buttons on this radio once again. Power button, mode button, FM AM button, shortwave button. Menu button here, you press and hold to get to the menu. Volume up and down buttons. Then your keypads are in these 2 rows here. The 5 button also acts as your memory button, and your record file on the 0 button. Then there's your rewind, pause and play, fast forward, record, and delete buttons here. And just briefly showing the size, here's your headphone jack, line-in jack, SD card slot, and your USB charging port here, where you can recharge the lithium battery that's in here. So what I'm going to do is turn the radio on.
Sports Radio 101.9 FM and Sports Radio 66 WFAN, New York.
Now back to the John Batchelor Show on 77 WABC.
So that's a couple of tracks from the radio. Hi everyone, this is the Retekess V-115 AM/FM shortwave radio, MP3 player and recorder. That's me on the mic. And then there's some YouTube songs.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The voice of the Cardinals. News Radio 1120 KMOX, 102.5 KZK HD3 St. Louis.
A radio.com station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Zoom Video Conferencing.
I'm Sam Litzinger, President.
See, that was the line-in recording I did. So here's just a few tracks from my SD card right here. Now I'm going to turn on the radio.
Has 2 of his nominees.
Starting with shortwave.
Why it bothers me, but it bothers me. You ever been with somebody who is cheap? You ever been to... This drives me crazy, I'm sorry.
Now the shortwave is not that great because this radio, like the TIV DOV11, tends to have bleed over from AM.
I think it's...
Even with this Cato T1 antenna here. I'm going to try another frequency. Oh, this one's coming in well. I believe this is Radio Habana, Cuba. And let me try one more. And I'm going to try another station. I meant 5085. That's WTWW, Lebanon, Tennessee. I'm not going to go through most of the shortwave dial because, like I said, the reception on shortwave radio can be hit or miss. It's usually more of a miss because of overload from AM, but that's because I'm located near some New York City stations, so sometimes you'll hear stations like WABC bleeding over the shortwave band. So, that's it for shortwave. It's okay. Now I'm going to go to FM. And what I'm going to do is press and hold this. I'll take out the Cato wire and raise the antenna up for this. What I'm going to do is press this button and it'll seek. And auto store all the channels that I can get here. Now the manual says you can store up to 80 FM stations, 60 AMs, and 300 shortwave, at least according to the operation manual. Right now I have 30 stations.
Janet?
It only plays maybe about a 1-second clip and that's it. While it seeks. I think I have about 39 stations, so I'll show you what they found.
So anyway, Nicki Minaj in her interview is letting people know
that's
that
an
her
unlicensed
former
station.
love basically was.
State, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut are not working and not sleeping, but are tuned
That's
in to
WVIP, New Rochelle, New York.
Follow up with, more emails to them.
That's an unlicensed station.
1219 Jeep is a...
For some reason, 96.0 has this sort of noise, and it happens on a couple of spots on this radio.
Hey everyone, this is Zach Lowe from the Low Post Podcast.
Hi, this is Ryan McGee from Marty and McGee.
This is Ian Fitzsimmons from Freddie and Fitz. All of us here at ESPN Radio
would like to wish you a happy holiday season,
Merry Christmas,
and a very safe New Year.
and a happy
Love you born to find.
That's WHUD, Peekskill, New York, about 30 miles.
Pittsburgh for both teams. We'll talk about the hot stuff.
Another unlicensed station.
My motorcycle accident, Salino and Barnes got me $1.5 million.
On iHeartRadio, 100% Christmas favorites.
Then Lizzie and Bush in there doing Come Down from 16. Hopefully 2019 going to be giving us some.
WDHA, Dover, New Jersey.
Rosdale went on record as saying he's been listening to the new one from Mastodon to get inspiration, and that's a big win in my.
WXPK 1071 The Peak, Bright Cliff Manor, New York. WBLS New York playing some Caribbean music. And let me see if I can get 99.1. For some reason, for this spot, I can't get it. I can get this station on other spots. And I think it has to do something, has to do with the lithium-ion battery on this radio. I think that's either that or the way they built this radio. Let me try 101.5. WKXW, New Jersey, 101.5, Trenton, New Jersey. That's over 50 miles away. So it does well on FM in most spots. And that is it for FM. So I'm going to do the same thing with AM. I'm going to do a seek.
Dr. Howard and Dr. Thornton, when you say recover from your injuries, how in the world can fruits and vegetables make a difference in that?
I'll press the play button and hold.
It's that we're not
a
The seek function's pretty cool, actually, so. Let's see. We're getting about 25 stations so far.
Just as someone who's listening to
so we'll start off with WMCA New York.
And it really is just food. How is it that you go about recommending that to pay?
Going back and forth, but they need somebody else put the ball in play. It's.
To be honest with you, she had been showing the test. I did not feel that. I just felt alertness and almost like hiding.
It does get distant stations though. This is WRKO, Boston, Massachusetts, 191 miles, coming in well.
So choices, breast saving whenever possible and desired when.
It's very faint, this station.
7 WABC.
Hey, Larry. It's good to hear you.
Hey, John.
And talking about it, and now the audience have been invited to come out of the cinema.
To indict the officers who took Kearse into custody.
It's not that you brought your dinner coat, Robert.
Some old-time radio shows on 900 CHML, Hamilton, Ontario, 337 miles.
Danañ ko jéem a jël ci beneen heure bi mais ñu ngi.
Let's see. WEAV, Plattsburgh, New York, 268 miles.
Father, if he doesn't seem to pay enough attention to you, remember he's a very important
Some
man.
more old-time radio. That's a program called Hollywood 360.
He's like the only dad I ever had.
WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey. That's AM 970, The Answer.
Than stole her purse and took off with the suspect arrested now.
Champán. Después le digo la marca.
WTIC, Hartford, Connecticut, 100 miles. WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 394 miles.
Of that data collection practices, and we didn't get anywhere near what could or should be.
I told them that, and they were just, oh gosh. And I was like, what? And they were like, his left leg was thrown over.
WHAM, that is in Rochester, New York. That's 238 miles. But I'm hearing something else. I'm going to check this one. I'm wondering if this is... Yeah, I think this is Radio Rebelde. And it's trying to come in at 1180. In that case, that's from Havana, Cuba, which is 1,317 miles. It's very faintly coming in. WHAM's dominating it. WLIB, New York. Gospel music. WMTR, Morristown, New Jersey, 17 miles.
No hay cáncer en el hígado.
He has a chance to live.
Él tiene una chance de vivir.
WJZ, Baltimore, Maryland, 167 miles. It's barely coming in, but that is WFBL, Syracuse, New York, which is 183 miles. That station is called The Dinosaur. Yes, it's called The Dinosaur. It's an oldie station. CJWY, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, 323 miles.
Because we talk about living a moral life, we talk about a
Yeah, you get these kind of tones in spots at the dial. I'm gonna see if I get Zoomer Radio. CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 330 miles. So yeah, for some reason when I did the auto seek, it didn't store that station, it didn't find it. So, let me see if I get 1540. That's a good testing ground for a distance. Oh, it is getting KXEL. So that's KXEL Waterloo, Iowa, 944 miles. So yes, it does get its distant stations. So, AM's pretty good. Not quite as good as in the V-115 from TIB-DO, but FM's great. AM's is good at night. I've tried this during the day. It gets mainly locals and semi-locals during the days. But sometimes you get these tones. And I think it's because either the way they built this radio or maybe it's because it's operating off of lithium-ion battery. So that'll be it for this review. The line-in recording, the radio recording, the mic recording. So basically, the recording and the FM radio are the big highlights of this radio. So overall, it's a pretty good radio. I'm going to rate this a 7.5 out of 10. 3 3/4 stars. Overall, it's a pretty good radio and pretty good for its price. If you can get this between $15 and $20, I'd recommend getting it. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a good weekend, everyone, and God bless. Bye-bye.